Yo, welcome back to the channel. Before you guys get started, please like the video if necessary, right? Comment, subscribe, share the video. Remember, get this channel to 1,000 subscribers so I can actually put out the transformation video from the start to the finish, the before and the after. Now, before you guys ask, the reason why I got a hoodie on is because I didn't do my hair today and I didn't feel like doing it. Now, today's video is going to be a little different, right? I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to film today. But I did want to kind of go in depth about something, right? This kind of just came to mind probably when I was taking a shower, right? Everyone has a very different starting point, why they started fitness, why they started acting, sports. Everyone has their own start, everyone has their own why, everyone has their own truth. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to also, at the end of the day, relate to a lot of the people who watch my videos, who may subscribe, that may have an understanding of what they're going through, what I'm going through, right? Because everyone has a different feeling of what they're going through, right? Biggest thing is, for me personally, when starting fitness, it was an scapegoat to just do something, right? Get out of my own head, better myself in some way, right? One of the things with starting fitness is, of course, I was overweight, right? I didn't start working out until I was 16. I was about 347 pounds. I was well over 40% body fat, for sure, right? Now, when doing so, right, when looking at that very bad health, right, things came to a point where I was having migraines daily, right? I was having nosebleeds constantly, right? All these health problems, of course, is banging me in the back of the head, blah, 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 right? Of course, if of course, you're gonna have health problems with being extremely overweight with a very high body fat, right? That's the thing, right? Of course, what comes with that is, as everybody knows, bullying, right? You get talked about here and there, whether it's the way I talk, whether it's the way I look. People were going to talk about me and bully me consistently. That happened for years, right? That wasn't just in elementary school, wasn't just in middle school, of course, it was in high school as well, right? And the way I dealt with it sometimes wasn't the best, right? Of course, it was with eating or lashing out, right? Of course, I wasn't the best kid, but I also wasn't the worst kid. All right, don't put me in that category either. But one thing I do want to kind of touch bases on is when going through a lot of things like bullying or being overweight or just looking and feeling different, you have the point to be in the point where you get into your own head and you feel like, okay, I'm not good enough, right? What is the point of me being here, right? One thing that I went through was depression, a lot of suicidal thoughts, a lot of things that, of course, weren't very positive. But granted, I don't want to be very negative. I want to pinpoint on the negative aspect of it. I want to kind of get a little more of a switch turn. I want to get into more of a positive impact of what I want to tell you guys. One thing is, I started fitness to kind of really get into the swing of things. My biggest thing is I want to start acting. I want to do modeling. I want to be out there. Although I hated public speaking, I was like, I want to be out there, right? So one of the biggest things I started, of course, mom, of course, we went to, I'm from Bay Area right now, I am in Vegas. So in San Francisco, there is a acting modeling school called Barbizon that I attended, that I went through extensive courses that, of course, went on with modeling, acting, etc. But the coach I was with, the teacher that I was under, very well pinpointed, stressed me, and told me it would probably be in my best suit to do modeling because it was the least amount of talking that I had to do. Makes sense. Of course, I'm not the world's greatest public speaker. We know that. Who cares? I don't care. But with that came point, well, okay, you have to look better, you have to feel better, you have to be your best, you also have to be confident. So I started working out, right? Keep in mind at one point where the summer between, I'll have to say sophomore year to junior year, I started working out. So of course, going from 347 pounds, by my junior starting, I was around 230, right? And then from my junior to my senior, I went down to 207. Right, so of course, I was at a very low weight. Right, people significantly seen that. Right, but the one thing I couldn't wrap my head around is the whole football team just swore up and down I was on steroids. That's a different story. But anyway, a lot of people didn't recognize, okay, you're doing this for yourself. You're doing this for yourself. You're looking good. Blah, 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 blah. That's what you need to be doing. A lot of things you should be doing, right? Whether it's eating healthy, working out. It shouldn't be to impress someone else. Point blank period. I don't care what the case scenario is. It should not be in order to impress someone because it's not going to be long term. It's not something that's going to be true to you. If you're working your whole life to try to impress someone else, it's the most ungenuine thing you can possibly do. If it's not making you happy, if it's not bettering you inside and out, it's not going to work for you long term. One thing I'm very big on preaching is you have to be able to work for you before you can work for someone else. Treat yourself before you can treat someone else. Because at the end of the day, it's your life, right? And you have to live it to the fullest. I say that constantly. You have to live your life to the fullest. Because keep in mind, tomorrow is not guaranteed. At any point in time, right? Donald Trump could just like ram into the Oval Office, whatever, just press the button and blow the whole up. Who knows? Is that possible? Probably not. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is work for yourselves. Do things for yourself. Whether you're working with depression, feeling suicidal, it's not easy to just get it out of that mindset like, okay, boom, I can just have happiness. It's not that easy. You're going to need a support system. You're going to need people around you. But you also need to find a hobby that's going to allow you to grow. Is why fitness can be one of the best things you can do. Whether you're going on runs, lifting, yoga. I like about it to work out and release natural endorphins to raise up your energy, your mindset. Get you going forward. Because you always got to keep moving forward. The best thing you can do for yourself is work for yourself. Right? Now, keep in mind, when I started fitness, it was for selfish reasons. Let's be pretty blunt, right? I wanted to, of course, start dating, get out there, because, of course, I was like, oh, wait. Not very likely for someone like me to, of course, at that point where I looked to, like, be getting, like, supermodels. It wasn't your thing. Right? It wasn't your thing back then, right? But that's what I did. I wanted to work out. Now, keep in mind, that did come with a lot of recognition, which I now see as wasn't positive. It was very, how should I say, wasn't the most genuine recognition I would have liked to have gotten, but I got it, right? I kind of got out there a little more, talked more, the whole 9 yards. Things were on the upside for me. But now when it came to, of course, being a trainer, doing different modeling gigs, getting out there, moving around, traveling around, working at different companies, whether it's training with 24 Fitness, City Sports, things were changing, right? Now, when life hits you, it's going to hit you in different ways you're not going to see coming, and it will knock you off the high horse that you are currently on. Now, what's going to define you as a stronger person or a weaker person is how you get back up. Whether you get back up or not, right? Whether you decide to stay down or you get back up, that's going to be the defining point for you. Whether are you strong enough to keep going, or are you just going to be weak and sit there and stay on the ground and just let life happen to you? One thing, it's not easy going, oh, you got to get up, grab life by the balls and just move forward. It's not that easy. You have to be conscious and understand your why. Your why have to be strong enough for you to keep going. Now, for me, after life got really bad and my depression started hit back in, I stopped working out. My diet went to crap consistently. When I mean my diet went to crap, I mean I was at In-N-Out. I was at Nations. If you know about Nations, you know about Nations. They cheesecake be on flame. I was talking about 2 of those a day, right? You keep on, that's 3,100 calories per cheesecake. That's about 6,200 calories just for cheesecakes alone. So I was eating those. I was having like my Charlotte steaks. I was eating this, and that. I wasn't training as much as I was. Keep on, I was still working at the gym. I was still training and stuff like that. Training the people, but I wasn't training myself. My health plummeted badly to the point where over the course of time, I was gaining weight. And every time I tried to get back into it, I would work out for quarterly, 30 days, 45 days. Get into it really hard, but not back off. Right? Get into it really hard and not back off. Because point is, I didn't have a real reason to do it. Right? I didn't have a struggle why I wanted to look better. Who doesn't want to look better? Everyone wants to look better, but I don't have a real reason to look better. Right? What was my reason why? Why did I need to do this? Why did I need to do that? Until you have a big enough reason for why you need to do X, Y, and Z, you are not going to reach any goal that you have set in mind, because it's just going to be something you desire, not something that you feed off of. It needs to be something not that you just want, something that you have to live for, something that you die for, something you really want, something that you have to literally live in and day out. Now, currently, I found mine, right? Is why I kind of came back when I started working out again, dieting, Because my biggest thing is that my personal goal is that I want to do more quicker, right? I want to do a lot of things while I'm still young. I want to still make a whole bunch of money, get very out there. One of the big points is I want to also reach out to people to, of course, get them on the right track for themselves. I want to be able to reach out to more people, as many people as possible, to get them on the right track. Why? With the cool thing about me being a trainer, I probably said if I had to number in the last 4 or 5 years how many people I've trained, not even a joke. I'm probably even gonna lowball this number, but I've trained probably over 3,000 people over the last 4 to 5 years, easily. Yeah, 3,000 people easily, minimum, right? And with that came a lot of people, of course, who were able to like text me every now and then. Hey, I follow what you said, diet wise, workout wise. I feel a lot better. I can run a mile now without stopping. My flexibility went up, my mobility went up, my shoulder not hurt anymore. A lot of people come to me like, hey, what you did actually helped me. It actually worked for me long term. That's what I love to see. People come back and say, hey, what I told them to do actually worked and is actually benefiting them long term. This is why I do what I do. The only reason why I'm sitting in a room talking to a damn camera is to help you guys out long term, right? Also, it's much easier to give you guys a platform to look at these videos instead of me texting people all day long. I've done the last 2 years on Instagram. Of course, probably longer than that. Just people DM me. I'll probably be on there for the next 2 hours. Here's the answer. It can get strenuous, yes, because I love to do, because I love to help people. But I also feel it's easier if I have a video of that subject. You guys can just watch out, blah blah blah, click, and do you know about it, or you want to rewatch it, whatever. I want to do this to help you guys out. Of course, that's why I'm doing this. This is my why. I want to help. I want to better other people. I want to be as, how should I say this? I want to be, of course, a bridge for someone to get from where they are now to the best possible them that they can possibly be, right? At the end of the day, I want to do it by taking one step at a time, one day at a time, by taking it one person at a time, right? Now, thing is, when a lot of people go, when you work out, the biggest thing, a lot of things you say is that no one outworks me, or no one's better than me. Yes, I said it a lot. I say no one outworks me. No one is better than me. I say that consistently. But I'm also not saying that I outwork everyone else, or I'm better than everyone else. Right? I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying no one's better than me, and no one outworks me. One of the things people need to learn how to do is find a way to uplift themselves without breaking down everyone else. And once you're able to do that, we can now bring everyone else up around us. There's no reason why we should be breaking other people down. Because at the end of the day, if you're doing that, you're only breaking yourself down at the end of the day. You're hurting yourself more than you're hurting them. Because you're taking time out of your day to hurt someone else's feelings when you could be building yourself and building them up. Point blank period. So one of the things I really want to hint on is, when I started fitness, it was for me to get better. It started off pretty selfish, right? Pretty vain. But my new route, I wanted to be more in a helpful guide. It's why I started tracking more of my fitness, being more out there. Of course, before I didn't track it, I was like, I got there, I went from fat, then I got 6-pack, and then I started posting. I'm kind of in the middle of it. Like right now, I'm in the middle of it. I'm not 6% body, 6% body fat, 5% body fat. I'm not there yet. Right? Is where I want to kind of bring along you guys at the same time. Of course, push you guys in the direction you want to be, whether it's to build more muscle or to lose weight, get skinnier. Whatever your goal may be, whatever your heart may desire, I want to get you to your goal the fastest, safest, most enjoyable way possible. And of course, a lot of times I just want also have a platform to talk to, and this is why this is the best way to talk to people. Because now you guys are just gonna, oh yeah, well you could just click off like bye. Of course you could do that, but granted, I'm doing this to make sure I'm helping people out long term. So if you may feel some type of way, whether it's you feel lonely or depression, etc., I'm on my phone almost 24 hours a day. So DM me, comment. I'm gonna see it. It's not like I got millions of followers. I'm just not gonna. It's not gonna open my head. I'm gonna see it, right? So shoot me a text if need be. Of course, if you have me on Instagram, DM me, or if you have my number, shoot me a text, right? Comment. Do what you need to do. Reach out. I will be there for whomever needs it. Because guaranteed, I've been in many situations where people weren't there for me because whether people were just doing their own thing or too busy. I know how it feels to feel like there's no one there for you and you're just by yourself. I know that at the back of my hand, trust me. The last thing you want to do is actually be alone in certain situations and feel like you're alone. So I'm here to guide each and every single one of you to the best you, to be a better you. Start today. Well, not today, but I started like 2 weeks ago. Started 2 weeks ago. Actually, I started on Instagram. You already know I'm here for you guys. I'm not here for me. I'm here for you. So without further ado, it was a pretty long rant. I have no idea how long this video is. But please like the video, comment, and subscribe. And remember, 1,000 subscribers and I'll be releasing, right, my transformation video, right? Being more overweight, be less overweight, right? So of course, remember guys, today is not the past and it's not the future. It's the present. Because it's a gift. Now live it to the fullest.